You can see here now, we were talking about this during the live. Keon's midsection, there is an issue there. Okay, there is an issue now with Keon Pearson's midsection. I'm going to point it out. I'm not picking on Keon. I'm just calling it like I see it. Everyone in the chat, the live chat, agreed. There is an issue going on with Keon Pearson's midsection. All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Muscle Discord, and I'm going to do my 2025 men's 212 bodybuilding prejudging recap. And as expected, I think the consensus is that Keon Pearson is going to win this show in the 212 after prejudging. But to my surprise, maybe not to my surprise, but Shaun Clarida is giving Keon Pearson a run for his money as we see a much improved Shaun Clarida on this stage. Nihat Kaya looks to be in fourth, and we have Lucas Garcia in third. And we also have a little review, as you guys know here at Muscle Discord. ChatGPT 5 is going to give us its analysis of the prejudging before anything has been posted, before there's any data or results to pull from. And you're going to see, as we get into the video, you're going to have to keep watching. The results are pretty good. Okay? ChatGPT is no joke. And I heard that clown, that loser, that has been, that fat-faced idiot, Bob Diccarillo, was talking about me and ChatGPT at the prejudging on stage. So I'm going to try and find that clip. And you can guarantee I will be posting that clip of Bob talking about ChatGPT at the Olympia live on stage. This is what it's come to, guys. Bob cannot stop talking about me. And it's a coordinated attack on ChatGPT. All right, so let's get into this. You can see here now, we were talking about this during the live. Keon's midsection, there is an issue there. Okay, there is an issue now with Keon Pearson's midsection. I'm going to point it out. I'm not picking on Keon. I'm just calling it like I see it. Everyone in the chat, the live chat, agreed. There is an issue going on with Keon Pearson's midsection.
Every rep starts with fuel. Helix cream of rice, clean carbs, zero sugar, fast digesting energy that hits quick, fuels hard, and never sits heavy. 27 grams of pure carb power, nothing but rice and real flavor. Proudly made in Canada, built for champions. Grab yours now with code MUSCLEDISCORD. Helix Foods, fuel the work, own the stage.
Now, I love Keon. I think he's not easily, but he's going to win this division, this class, 212. And he's going to move into the Open next year, and it's going to be fine. He's going to go to the Prague, do fine. But this is an issue that's happening now. And I'm going to tell you why it's happening is because there's lots of pressure on Keon to get bigger in a short period of time. And Keon's put on almost 12 pounds of muscle in less than a year. He was 200 pounds on stage at the Olympia last year. He's 211.9 or 7 pounds now, shredded. He put on like almost 12 pounds of pure muscle, stage to stage, in a year. So what is that going to do to your physique? We all were like, man, I hope Keon doesn't blow out his waist. Well, what's going on here, guys? So I don't know. I hope Because he can do the vacuum like there's no tomorrow. He can do the vacuum like there's no tomorrow. But you see in between the shots, and I'm very hard on Nick Walker. If I'm going to be hard on Nick Walker about this, I got to call it out when I see it. On the phenom Keon, who everyone is talking about him being the best bodybuilder in the world, and I agree with that. But I'm also going to hold him now to a higher scrutiny because of those type of comments and because of the expectations that people have with Keon. And you see when he hits these shots, the abs are stretched in the center. There's a huge cavity wall here that seems to be separating the more he gets bigger. And I don't know if there's some type of description that it is, if there's a wall, the cavity and the abdominal wall separating, if that's the terminology for that. I know Ronnie Coleman had a little bit of that, but you can see there the abs aren't very prominent in the midsection. He doesn't hit an ab and thigh pose. He hits an oblique and thigh and then the vacuum pose. But you see here on the side, I don't know what, there's an ab split, something happening here. So for such a pretty physique, that's the only letdown that I see with Keon is that midsection, which is important in having such an aesthetically pleasing physique like he has. It's a glaring kind of eyesore, kind of like what happened to Phil Heath. Same thing with that midsection. It started to go on Phil, and that was the end of Phil. So is that happening to Keon already at an early stage in his career? I hope not, but you guys leave a comment below. Do you think Keon Pearson's midsection is an issue now, and that there's going to be scrutiny and a lot of people looking at that and paying attention to it? Will the other media outlets even talk about it, or will you only hear it here at Muscle Discord? Will they be afraid to talk about Keon's midsection? Time will tell. But you're going to get the real shit here, guys. Shaun Clarida, just insane conditioning. He was pumped. He knows he looks good. He knows he came back from last year where he looked like a tiny version of himself. So we're going to go into some comparisons here, but there's some good shots here. Keon here also looks really shredded from the back. Crazy hamstring, glute. Not as tight as I think he was last year because he put on so much size. So when you put on size like that, that's what happens. You lose a little bit of that conditioning, that detail. You lose it. You can see there, it's not as detailed as he was last year, but maybe he's like, I'm just going to peak for the Prog Pro. I don't know. Nihat, great potential, 22 years old, all the potential in the world. I would advise not to hit this pose, as I mentioned on the live stream. Just stay away from this. It's very awkward looking. That's a great pose for him. Just needs to come in harder and drier, tighten things up. Maybe he can tighten up for the finals and scoot ahead of Garcia, but I doubt that will happen. But we'll see. So let me share quickly before we wrap it up here, guys, my other screen so you can see the comparison shots. And then we're going to go into ChatGPT real quick and show you what ChatGPT has to say about this. And actually what I'll do while we have this up is go to my ChatGPT screen. Okay, so what poses did ChatGPT have these top 4 guys winning? So I'm going to say right off the bat, ChatGPT has Keon winning. It has Shaun Clarida in second. It has Lucas Garcia in third. And it has Nihat in fourth. Okay, this is right after prejudging. I'll show you the screen here in a second. But ChatGPT has Keon winning the front double bicep, the front lat spread, okay, and the most muscular, and the back lat spread, okay. I want to see where I have my photos here, guys. Sorry. There it is. So that's front double bicep. Front lat spread goes to Keon. Side chest goes to Shaun Clarida. ChatGPT gave the side chest to Shaun Clarida because of the density that Shaun has over Keon. Okay. Back double bicep goes to Shaun Clarida. Keon came in second in that pose on ChatGPT. Rear lat spread goes to Keon. And side tricep goes to Lucas Garcia based on ChatGPT's assessment. Ab and thigh goes to Garcia. I agree with, because Keon's abs are not good. Shaun's no. Nihat's not really showing much there. So yeah, Garcia I see on that with ChatGPT. I agree with that. Most muscular goes to Keon, the most width and imposing pose for him. And so ChatGPT gave that to Keon. So let me share the ChatGPT screen so you guys can see what I saw, what everyone saw on the live with me. So here's what I did. Before I wrap it up here, guys, I put in these photos, the photos you just looked at. You can see right there. And I put in, based on the IFBB Pro League's men's 212 bodybuilding judging criteria, who wins, break down each pose and explain who wins each pose. Okay. It doesn't even know who these people are. It just knows by the color of their trunks. So it's not pulling any data from the internet like Bob Ciccarello and Dave Palumbo are trying to push on you and push that narrative. There's no information, doesn't know the names. It just knows the trunk color. Okay. Because it's a robot. It doesn't know. And it has obviously, Nihat is number one, the far left. That's just putting them in order, not their placings, but their order based on the photo from the left to the right. Okay, the far right is like Lucas Garcia. So we'll see. And then number two is obviously Keon. So Keon wins the front double bicep. He wins the front lat spread based on ChatGPT. Shaun Clarida wins the side chest. Garcia wins the side tricep. Shaun Clarida wins the back double bicep. Keon wins the back lat spread. Abs and thigh goes to Garcia. Most muscular goes to Keon. Score placings. Okay, the winner is number two, which is Keon. He controls the stage from the front and crucially holds serve from the back, where 212 shows are often decided, while maintaining enough midsection control to stay ahead overall. So to stay ahead, we're gonna judge the finals with ChatGPT and see what it puts in. But right now, I think ChatGPT is on the money. Right after prejudging again, seems to be getting it right. Bob Ciccarello, Dave Palumbo. Here it is, plain as day. ChatGPT seems to be calling it right before everyone else, before the judges have even finished the show. We'll see if it matches the finals. So guys, leave your comments below. Do you agree with ChatGPT's assessment? Do you agree that maybe Shaun Clarida might be able to win this? Or is Keon clearly winning this in your eyes? Remember to like the video and subscribe. I'll be back for the finals, so make sure you watch. Hit on the Muscle Discord and subscribe so you get notified when we do go live. Remember to like the video and leave your comments and your opinion. I will talk to you guys in the comments. We will catch you on the next one. Peace. Hey guys, Matt Sinkering here, host of the Muscle Discord podcast. And I want to do a quick plug of my coaching business. I do online coaching as well through my exclusive fitness app, where you have guided workouts to follow, meal plans to follow. All the macros are laid out for you, the cooking instructions. You do weekly check-ins with me, upload your photos, your measurements, and I make adjustments as needed every week for you. So use promo code Muscle Discord when you sign up, and you'll save 20% off your monthly coaching fee. All right, guys, I'll catch you later. Peace.